Welcome to Midnight Linux. So today we have Debian 13. I tried to install Amachi, but was not installing. I would keep getting an error, so we'll probably try that one in a few weeks. Here we got Debian 13. It's on Wayland, and it's GNOME. So let's see how it compares to the GNOME CatchyOS version that was Arch. Just to see what differences we find. I guess first, starting out, we always should try to update the system. So in a Debian based system like this one, you want to do a sudo apt update. And all packages are up to date since I just installed it. And then if you did have some new packages, you would do a sudo apt upgrade. And that's your upgrade, your updating commands that you need to know. The next thing that you want to make sure, I always recommend to have, is a firewall. And I installed GUFW when I first got this running. As you can see, it's on, so you can add your ports. If you need to open ports, you can open them here by clicking the add. It's always good to have a firewall. The next thing that I did after installing was turn the dark mode on right here by clicking dark style. I'm gonna turn off Bluetooth now that I'm here. I also changed the color of my terminal because it was white. It was really too much. And then when I turned it dark, it was just all brown. So I switched it a little bit just to make it look a little nicer. The next thing that I did, so you guys know, is I went under tweaks and added my maximize and minimize buttons for right here for your Windows. That's just so I can get OBS easily minimized and get it out of the way for the recording. So there you have it. So let's get started here. What should we do? I think what I would like to do first is probably install. Well, before we get installing, I'm gonna show you. I think the last time when we did GNOME, we did a dash to panel extension. So we had the panel on the bottom. It kind of looked like a Windows taskbar, So this one, this time, I think, let's do. Let me get rid of this. I think this time we should try a different look. Just for just so you guys can see a different look on GNOME, not just the vanilla GNOME. But vanilla GNOME is nice, but you know, you can change it. And I think if we do GNOME extensions on a search here we go, we can do dash to dock, I believe it was. So first we have to install this to install the extension. We're on Debian, so it's this one here. If you were on Arch, obviously you would use that one there. And Fedora, there you go, right here. So we're gonna do this one. Copy. Paste. Oh, it's already installed in this version of Debian, it looks like. So we're done with that. And then let's go back to the home page. And here to install the extension on the browser that we need. And that should if we go back to the website, right, so that got us everything we needed. There's no more warnings, so let's try looking for dash to dock. And this is a a good website to get some extensions for your GNOME. It's extensions.gnome.org, and it's been around for a long time. So this is kind of where you find most of the tweaks for GNOME. So dash to dock. So here it is, and then we just have to toggle it on and hit install. All right, so we should have it. So see, as it's kind of, you have like a Mac look now. Different than what we did on the last GNOME Catchy OS that we did. And here you can right click, go to settings. Let's try to make it look a little nicer. That's a little better. I want huge icons. Launchers. Let's see. Behavior. Appearance. Fixed. Okay, let's make it a little bit see-through. I think that would look nice. And then I'll turn off the overview. I think that changes like when you first boot. you'll see this desktop. You won't see that other applications menu. I think with that toggled off, you'll come to the desktop right away. Kind of like it, but I'm gonna make these a little bit smaller, I think. Alright, so that seems to be nice. I like the look of it. It looks very nice like that. It does hide, and if I shrink this a bit, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so it's pretty nice like that. Okay, I like it. And will I remember my window size? No, it goes back to full. Well, that's just the way GNOME is. That's fine. What else can we do? Let's get some of the apps. You can do it through the software store here, and it does work. I mean, I do prefer doing it through the terminal. So let's say I want to install SM Player, which is my favorite video player. It's a sudo apt install SM Player. And then you put in your password, and they do have it. Let's click enter. Yes. And what else do I normally... Oh, and then my music player. So let's install Clementine. Until they get foobar on Linux, I'm gonna be on Clementine. It's not the prettiest, but it works like foobar does, so I like that. So put Clementine in here. Alright, and then we have, I'm gonna get rid of VLC. SM Player is full featured like VLC. I just feel that VLC, the video on it is grainy, so I prefer the quality of video on the SM Player. So that's just in case you guys were wondering. I know a lot of people like a VLC, but SM Player does I think almost everything that the VLC can do. So I'm gonna get rid of VLC. Let me show it to you from here. So if you go to your software GUI and you go to installed, you can just look for whatever you want to uninstall. In this case, it's not showing up here. So let's try doing it. through the terminal, which would be a sudo apt remove VLC, and that should do it. Yep, and then just click yes, and that should have removed. Yeah, it's gone. So I think the MPV is necessary for SM players, so I'm gonna throw that into the systems. And then we have our LibreOffice, which I only really use Writer. I hardly ever use the other ones, so I put the other ones there. You just drag them together. Like if I drag this in there, it'll go in there. And that's a nice way to tidy up your applications menu. So I put a lot of the stuff into utilities and accessories just to get everything cleaned up. We won't need this totem and this no music either. Let's see if we can uninstall it from here. Alright, let's try this one. Okay, that seemed to have worked. And let's try to uninstall this one. And I think that worked as well. So let's double check. Yeah. Oh, it looks like we do have still a utility. So I'm gonna put it under utilities. Okay, so that's our basic set. Oh, we need Kdenlive. I almost forgot. So for a video editor, I like using Kdenlive on Linux. It does everything that I need it to do, and it's available on most repositories. So let's do sudo apt install Kdenlive. And it's there. And if it was easier to install DaVinci Resolve, I would do it, but it seems like it's just a little, it's getting easier, but it's still not easy. And also it really comes kind of like not as full featured as the Windows version of DaVinci Resolve, at least the last time that I looked. And so I'm still on Kdenlive when I'm on Linux, but Kdenlive works very well, and I never, I'm never wanting anything. It has all the features that I need. And I like the way this is coming out. I wonder if there's a way of, let's see, So we installed Kdenlive, and there it is. Oh, installed a whole bunch of dependencies. So we'll put this stuff under utilities. Because we're not going to need to see this stuff. Yeah. Alright, so we have our Kdenlive. Let's see if it opens. Yep. It opened, no problem. Normally I set it to do 60 frames instead of 30. So let's do that. And yeah, it seems to be working. I wonder if there's a way, I'm just curious, like most of the applications like Kdenlive in the browser, they kind of make this go away. Is there like a way to make this there was like okay, so if I turn this off, I wonder. And then I open a browser. Oh, there it is. So yeah, then you can just keep that there, and then the browser opens around just above it, which I kind of like. This is more, I think, useful this way, so you don't lose sight of your apps here. I can throw in Kdenlive, you can throw in Clementine. I think that's probably all I have on there. So that is, I like it. It's maybe make it a little smaller. Let's see. Let's go a little bit smaller. Oh, that looks a little better. It takes up less space. I just want to, go through all of these because I don't like the defaults on Firefox. It bugs me. So I'll quickly go through, make sure this stuff is kind of the way that I like it. So okay. Then privacy. I think all that's fine except for this and this and this. And I never let it save my payment stuff because I just don't trust having that kind of stuff on a cookie or whatever it is that they put it. That looks fine, and that looks fine, and that looks fine. But you know what? I don't really need that. And then we'll use our regular DNS. Okay. I guess the other thing is I need a home button here. How do I get to... Oh, here it is. The home button. I'll drag that over. And we'll get rid of this pocket thing. We'll get rid of the account. And we'll leave it like that. And then, to me, that looks nicer. And it's just like, just a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna pin YouTube. And I always kind of like to have Amazon on there pinned as well. And then I don't think I've showed you guys, but another, if you're new and you're kind of looking for an application that you can't find in the repositories, another good website is FlatHub. And FlatHub has a whole bunch of packages that you might need and that are not available on your repos that come with your Linux installation. So I believe that's it right there. Let's click on it. Yeah, so here it is, and then you can easily get more applications here. You do have to install a Flatpak extension to your computer for it to work. Let's Google it real quick because I forgot I think it was just sudo apt install Flatpak. Let me see if this works. Sudo apt install Flatpak, I believe, is the way it works. Or it might be FlatHub. Let me look. It'd be better if I look before I do it. Better to make sure so you don't make a mistake. Install FlatHub on Debian. Let's see. Sudo apt install Flatpak, and then you have to add the FlatHub repo. Okay, so let's do the sudo apt install Flatpak first. Okay. Oh no, wait, we gotta do the repo. So also we need the Flatpak remote add. If not, this repo. copy. And this will add it to your sources list. Let's hit enter. Okay. Hopefully that worked. It says you probably need to restart. So let me restart and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so let's see. If we go to the Flat Hub and we want to install something, let's just see if there's let's look at Spotify, let's say. All right, so if we hit this, yeah, we do get the install button. So that's a good sign. As you can see, you can do it by doing sudo flatpak install flathub.com spotify.client. So you can do it from the terminal if you want, but you also should be able to do it from the website there. So let's see if it worked. For some reason it opened up my software applications. Oh, I don't see it. Okay, well, maybe our repo did not. I'm gonna try to do it from the terminal. Let's see, because if the repo's in there, it will work from the terminal. So let's try it. Let's copy, and then we hit paste, and then all you have to do is put sudo it looks like it is seeing it. Yep, so the repo is in there now. I don't know why it didn't work with the install button. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, FlatHub is very useful because you can there's many applications that are not going to be in your repos, and FlatHub is the perfect place to grab things like Spotify and Discord or things like that might not be in the repos. I would definitely urge you to try it and find it in your repos that come with your Linux distribution first. But if it's not available. Now you know that FlatHub is a good way to get some of these extra programs. And what's nice about FlatHub in general is that it'll work with any distribution. They have installation instructions for every distribution pretty much. So, you know, you can be basically on any type of Linux. And I know some people in the past used to be like, no, I only use this Linux because it has my programs. But now with FlatHub, you can be on any Linux and get the programs that you need. And I would say that in FlatHub, they're pretty current. They try to, the maintainers are usually the companies that make the programs, and they keep them up to date pretty well. So it says it's installed, so let's check. And here you go, Spotify. So you log in and you're good to go. So that's FlatHub for you. It's very useful. I forgot to show it on my CatchyOS streams, but but it's very useful because CatchyOS, though, it has like everything. Because with Catchy being a large, I think they can get pretty much any program. You really don't need FlatHubs for the most part on an Arch distribution like Catchy. But on Debian, there might be some stuff that you cannot find. So it's just good to know about it and be aware that that's available. So I would definitely recommend you guys favorite this flathub.org and use it whenever you need something that's not in your repos. The next thing we should try to do, I think, is installing Steam. So let's Google this. Because I'm not too sure if it's as easy as it is on CatchyOS. So, yeah, see here, it says you can use this command, but after enabling the contrib sources lists. So let's look at this. This is like a snap. I don't like that one. So let's go. Let me look again at maybe another. Oh, FOSS is usually up to date with this. Oh, that says Debian 12. So maybe this is old. Yeah, it says Debian 12, so let's not do that one. Here's one. It says Debian 13. Okay, we already did the update, so we don't need that. And then we're gonna need to go into our sources list. So we'll copy that. So here we go. This is gonna take us into our sources, which is where the operating system looks for the programs. So the contrib is not here, as you can see. So what you want to do is take this one and we're going to paste it right below. Paste there. Good. And then we're going to take this line and paste it right below that one. All right, so now these are just extra packages for Debian. So now we have to do an update to get the update of all the new packages from these two. So copy. Oh, and then we have to close this out before. So here, do a Control O, and then right there it says write to file etc app sources list. So you just hit enter. So it wrote it out and it's saved. So now you just hit Control X to exit. So the sources list is updated now. Oh, I lost the web page, but basically it wanted us to do a sudo apt update. So I did get, I got some warnings, but I did get my update. Let's see. Something about icons. Well, hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Let's go back to alright, this is where we were. So we need to add this for 32-bit packages. Okay. And another update to oh, that's not what we want. All right. Okay, then it says to double check that we got that working. So this is the 64-bit packages, and this should be the i386. Yep. So that's the 32-bit packages. So once you got those working, you can do a sudo apt install Steam. Okay. And just hit yes. And then we'll see if it works. It seems like the correct. I didn't see anything out of place. I did get those warnings when we added the the sources, but it was just about icons and things like that. So I don't think it's anything too serious. You'll learn that you'll get a lot of errors in Linux, but yeah, it's not really serious usually. Okay, so it's installed. Let's make sure. Okay, and if we hit it's a proprietary. Okay, let's see. So, and then it looks like it's there. Oh, we still got notifications. If you guys want to get rid of, I hate notifications. So if you guys want to turn those off, go to settings, notifications, do not disturb, and then you won't get bothered by that stuff anymore. Alright, let's see if Steam starts, because it was a very tricky install, a lot more involved than it was for Catchy OS. Catchy OS made it so simple. And I think if I was gonna rate the easiness of the what kind of user should be using Catchy OS and then Debian, I would say you need to be a little more experienced to actually use the Debian, because it does take a little more setup than Catchy OS does. I mean, Catchy OS being an Arch is very tricky as well, because you're gonna have a lot of crashing and debugging that you have to do since it's on Arch. But this is not easy either. You kind of have to be experienced to get, like, Steam, for example. This was a pretty involved situation. I'm not gonna sign in right now, but it seems like it's working. I think we'll leave that for another video. But if you're new to Linux, you can get Linux Mint, which is much more simple for a new user. You don't have to do any of this stuff that we just did for installing Steam, and it's like just a more streamlined process, I think I would say. It could have been, maybe there was another way of doing it, but that's the way that we found. So it seems to be working now. We'll see how it goes, and but yeah, not as. Also, you guys didn't see, but the installation part of Debian was also a little tricky compared to. It's always been this way when you compare it to like other distributions. So you do need to be a little more of an experienced, advanced user, I think, for using and installing Debian, because it always seems to have these little quirks that you need to work through to get it all, get all your stuff installed and up and running. So I think we're gonna leave it here for today's video. We'll continue on the next one, maybe trying out a game and seeing how all that works, and maybe checking video playback and all that stuff. I hope you learned something, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.